Hello, happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time where we can relax and craft and chill out for about an hour. And we work on a project together. And I work on the projects from beginning to end throughout the evenings here. So we're going to continue on the Charming Chevrons quilt by Krista Watson of Krista Quilts. Right here is the pattern. It's an awesome quilt pattern. I totally recommend it. Yes, Robin. I thought I'd wear it down today. So there's a link to this in the post here if you want to do it. And we are almost through the quilting stages. So we have, I think, 2 more big rows, and we're going to do the some more feather free motion quilting tonight. And we talked about the decorative, the Westerly decorative thread ruler foot yesterday, and I have one more experiment that I did on it and I want to show you guys. And yeah, I wanted to show you my hair today. So if you remember, I haven't cut it yet since I cut it super short, and this is the first day that I kind of have it down. It's kind of all over the place. But remember on Halloween this past year, I cut it down to basically nothing. I donated my hair. It was the longest it had ever been, and I donated it, and it was about this short. And so this is what hair looks like after like 8 months or something like that, after being this short. So anyway, I've been wearing it back in a ponytail because it has been very mullety, and this is the first time it's not as mullety. It's just kind of all over the place. But anyway, guys, all right. I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. So thanks for joining me. Okay, I have my Westerly ruler foot on here again. So yesterday we talked about this. Thanks you guys. I'm glad you like the hair. It's been just wacky growing it out again. But we had this foot in here, and you can couch down, like stitch down threads and metallic threads and embroidery floss and even yarn. And this one we put like a zigzag on top to hold it down. You can do a little zigzag, or with this yarn we've just been doing a straight stitch. But the problem, or the thing that we found out yesterday, was you always have to have it in this little kind of groove right here. That's like a nice little guide for your thread that you want to get stitched down, and then it goes in a little hole here too as well. But you always need to be moving your fabric this way, so your yarn could always be in that groove. So you can't like free motion quilt and go in every direction. And that was kind of a bummer because I thought that's what would be so cool about it. And the moment we did that, yesterday, it stopped catching the thread and everything. We gave it a little test, just free motion moving around, and it just did not work at all. But I was thinking about it more today, and I thought, you know what, maybe we don't keep it in this groove. What if we move the yarn in the direction that we wanted to stitch? And that kind of worked. So you can see I have this kind of leafy feather going, and I just wanted to show you guys really quick kind of what I mean. I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see, and so I have room to put my hands down there yet. Zoom. There we go. All right, so I have one more leaf in here. Let's get some more slack. But yeah, so now I need to go up in this direction to do this leaf. So if I have my yarn in that direction, it's still going to go into that little plastic hole in there. So I can kind of cheat it a little bit. See, there you can see. So I'm still couching it down. I just have to keep that yarn in the direction I'm going, and then it'll kind of work. It's like another hand thing I have to do, and right about here I have to go around to the other side. Oh, let's make it a little bit bigger. There, but like here I got to go around the other side here. But it kind of works. Ooh, gosh, now my leaf is getting crazy looking. But yeah, so you can kind of free motion quilt with this in every direction. You don't have to go straight. So that's kind of fun. Oh, your first grandson was born on Sunday. Congrats, Carla. Nice. Oh, you made him the bunny in blue. Oh, that's exciting. But here, so if I want to echo these, this is what I mean. Oh, hold on, guys. Echo. Stop. You guys, I cannot use quilting terms while the Amazon Alexa is in here. So we've changed the Alexa to not be named Alexa, but you don't get much choices. You either can call it Alexa, computer, or ECHO, and I can't, which is a word that we're using all the time when we talk about quilting. But we can't have it set to Alexa because it's too close to my name, and sometimes when we say my name, then it goes off. So anyway, but yeah, so I'm getting a little bit more of a rhythm here. So you can free motion quilt, meaning you can go in every direction with this couching or with this decorative foot. You just have to really keep moving it, which, you know, is kind of a pain, but this is kind of being super cool at the same time. Look, I'm doing like this double leafy thing here. I so want to try this like on a full-size quilt. Some of these decorative stitches. I just really have to make sure that my needle is going through these. Now that I started, I want to go around this whole thing. Then we'll get on to the feathers today. That's so sweet. So that's a new grandson in our crafty family here, right? All right, that's enough putzing with this. But I wanted to just show you guys that you can actually do kind of that free motion idea where you don't turn your piece, you just kind of move it around. That you can do that. Oop, I'm stuck on here. You can do that with this westerly foot here. I'm going to zoom you guys back out. Oop, wrong direction. All right, so here I'm just going to snip the end. Technically, I'd probably weave this in or tuck it in. But there, look, this is totally, you know, free motion quilted. Look how cool that is. And this is all stitched down. I mean, I missed it in a few spots, so you can see I missed the line. I missed stitching on the edge there. But I caught it in enough places that I think it works. But how freaking cool. I definitely want to do some sort of art project with this. Oh, you wonder how it will wash? That's a good question. I mean, it is stitched down with a bunch of stitches, so, you know, here I missed it again. So I'm sure it wouldn't be all that horrible, but it would be worth a test for sure, Jenna. And, you know, I'm using just random yarn that I had, and this is wool, so this is probably not the right yarn to be using because wool would shrink in the wash. But anyway, just playing around a little bit more and wanted to share with you guys. But let's get back to our quilt here. So we're doing more feathers today. Hopefully we can finish, although we're not very far now that I'm like really looking at this again. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here, this is what we did yesterday, and then here is where we ran out of thread yesterday. So let's just snip that, and we'll flip this around and get going again. Oh, it would be cool on a wool quilt with black fabric. Oh, that would be really cool, Bonnie. Yeah, there's just potential. You know what I mean? I love discovering the potential in a new to me craft. You know what I mean? Like the moment I, you know, was like, oh, we can stitch yarn down on there. Then I'm like, oh, I want to stitch like an octopus out of yarn on a quilt, or, you know, then the ideas just start flowing, you know? So I was pretty excited about it. So now I want to make something. I can't have any more new projects for a little while though, right? We got other projects to get done. Like block 5. I know we talked about, or someone mentioned it here. I have not done, so we're working on the Splendid Sampler quilt along yet, and Splendid Sampler 2, sorry. And I'm going to be stitching all of the blocks for that. But I was out of town last week, so I did not get a chance to do block 5. I am, however, going to be doing block 5 this weekend, I think. I'm going to hopefully do a kind of just a Saturday stitching, I think. So on Saturday, I'm not sure what time, but probably sometime in the morning, I'll get on Facebook here and I will work on block 5. Just because I don't want to get too far behind, you know. So that's the plan. On Thursday, we'll be starting block 6. I feel like I can't free motion quilt and talk at the same time, so I've got to talk in between little bits here. I'm doing that bump back feather where we kind of do that heart from the top, and then we have to bump back and then do the heart from the top in the other direction. It's those two motions together. So you gotta bump back on your heart every once in a while. I don't think I'm flat behind here. There we go. So that yarn stitching acted as a little bit of a warm-up, I think, which is pretty nice. All right, so here's where we got to bump back. Block 5 is a really fun one, Gretchen. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Oh, you know what? So where I went to Atlanta this past last week, but then we how do I get way up there again? I suppose I could start. We're gonna just follow the line back where I came, I think. There we go. There, I have my line drawn on here for my next feather. I think I'm gonna do another bump back one. But yeah, so I went to Atlanta, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But after that, I went to visit my parents. So I went back a little too far. I'm gonna start here. So we took a trip to visit them. So we got off the plane, basically, and then slept at home that night. And then we're like, yeah, let's go there tomorrow morning. Or let's go there today. So we woke up the next morning and then decided to drive there. And my mom finished block 5. And her block 5 turned out so lovely and sweet. I can't remember if she put it in the page, or the Penguin Fish Crafters group or not, but I hope she does. It's so sweet. But yeah, so I'm totally looking forward to block 5. It's our first kind of plain pieced block. So that'll be fun to do. It's been all like applique and embroidery, and almost like English paper piecing almost. And so we've been like deep in stuff. Oh, I guess block 1 was pieced too. But this feels just like a nice traditional pieced block. So I'm excited for it. Oh, thanks, Krista. I am so loving this quilt. So Krista's in here. This is her quilt that we're working on. But yeah, I'm totally digging feathers. This one's kind of maybe a little goofy. I've been talking through it. All right, let's do that last little bloop. And we'll go down the spine. I got to repeat everything I'm doing as a reminder to myself of what to do next. or I'm going to start these a little bit done. What is the name of the tool that looks like an ice pick to make corners pointed? Like my stiletto? Is that what you're referring to? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Ooh, I got a mess going over here. Well, I don't think I can find my stiletto, but just the stiletto, it's my stiletto is a turkey lacer that I got as a gift, and it's seriously just a turkey lacer, like, you know, what you lace a turkey with. And oh gosh, that one was weird. Ah, well. And then it's got like little beads. Oh yeah, so the purple thing is similar. That's like a, I don't have one of those, but it's kind of, that's a goofy tool that I think kind of acts as a stiletto plus, I don't know, a bunch of other tools I think too. Paula, do you have one of those? I know what they are, but I haven't used one before. Get some big leafies out of here. Or leaves, feathers. But they're kind of leafy. I like calling them leaves. I'm still not doing the same amount on both sides. I kind of don't care. I'm just having fun. Just making these shapes. I think this is going to be our last one here. Loop this guy way out here and connect him up. All right, so I did not draw my lines for the next feathers, so I'm going to do that now. We could try, so here we go. We could try one of those feathers that's maybe continuous. So instead of like doing a feather here and then a feather here and a feather here, we could try one just in the middle here that kind of swirls a little bit. So I still want to end up here when I'm done, so I'm still going to draw the line on so I don't have to stitch it, because if I stitch the line, I'll end up in the wrong spot, right? If I stitch the line and then do my guys coming this way, well, I suppose that would work, but then I would be doing the feathers in different directions, and I don't know if I'm comfortable for that yet. So let's just draw the line. We'll do it like three feathers long. How about that? Just because that's how much I can draw here. I'm going to just draw the middle, the spine again, and we'll try and do a feather that wraps around these chevrons. Not quite sure how well it's going to work. I'm going to use the water soluble guy for up here. It's a little light, but we'll give it a go. Should we do the bump out feathers or the normal feathers? Let me know while I'm drawing this on. I know there's a little bit of a delay. And this is just a chalk pencil, so the more I touch it, the more it's gonna delete on me, erase on me. All right, I think I got it down. Okay, so I do need to get in position. Let me get back down here. All right, as long as I can see that spine, then we should be okay. Let's see, maybe about trying to figure out what's okay for you guys. My guy keeps, my thing keeps moving a little bit. Bump out is your favorite, Deborah? Normal? The normal was where we just went underneath and the heart from underneath, and we just made the kind of feathers coming up, versus the bump out where we did the heart on top and then bumped back, and then the heart on top and bumped back. I kind of like the bump back. I think it's just pretty. It just feels fancy, and we're getting fancy here. If we're doing feathers, we're in fancy town, right? All right, so I need to somehow get to the top of this feather, this last feather I bumped out on. So I think I'm going to stitch all the way down to this feather and then come trace it. You know, I'm sure quilting, quilting police wouldn't like this too much, but hey, we're in our spot there. So, all right, I'm going to start doing some bump out bloops. Let's see, I wonder if you guys can see right there a little bit better, maybe. Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay, I just got to keep paying attention to my spine there, and I got to remember I'm going to keep squiggling all the way up. So let's just try. I'm just going to try and fill this space. All right. The first one is the underside of the heart, and then the top of the heart. I gotta say it for myself. All right, that's our first little bloop. All right, top of the heart till I connect with that bloop. And then we're gonna bump back. How about to there? Let's get me some slack up in here. Okay, and now bump out again, and the heart down to our line again. All right. So we're going to just go around. We're going to keep doing this here now. I just got to remember top of the heart. Top of the heart. Instead of coming from underneath, which is what we're doing in what I was calling like just the normal way. Oh, goodness. We lost our thread. Oh, look, our thread broke. What is that all about? I am stuck somewhere. Oh, look. Oh, for funny. So my thread, when it's you know, it's just bouncing around here, right? It got hooked. It jumped back. It got out of here and jumped back and got all tangled in here. So, boo! Let's get that figured out. I need to trim that. I wonder if I'm going to have to bring up the bobbin again. Ah, well. If you're not supposed to backtrack, what are you supposed to do? Oh, Glennis, we can do, here, I'll show you. So you can instead come from underneath. So what we've been doing is after the first one, we've been coming like a top of the heart from above like that, and then bumping back, and then doing a top of the heart again, and then the top of the heart, and then bumping back and a top of a heart again. The other way is to always come from underneath. So I'm coming from underneath, and then I'm coming from underneath again, and I'm coming from underneath again, and underneath again. So it's just a little bit different look. You know, here's another version of where I just did from oops, sorry guys, from underneath versus from on top, and then bumping back, and then on top the other direction. On top, bumping back, and on top the other direction. So those are the just two different looks to it. In this one, all the leaves or the petals or the plumes, whatever, are kind of stacked. And here they're all their own like separate plume. I just think this one was looking pretty fancy, I thought. So that's why this time around we're doing this, and you know, we'll do more of these kind too. Okay, so let's fix this up here, and now I think I gotta lift this up, loosen everything. Always something, right? All you want is a smooth sewing session, and you know, doesn't always end up like that. Okay, so I need to get the bobbin thread up. You know, I don't need to really bump back now because I'm just going to start fresh. All right. Ooh. There, now I should be able to bring the bobbin up. There we go. And actually, now I want to make sure my green thread is going underneath here too. All right, our little broken piece of bobbin. All right, it'll probably be a bit messy underneath, but I think we're back in business here. You had, oop, am I down? Yep. You would take issues too, Jolene. I know. Sometimes, you know, the worst is when you have like a deadline or something. That's when all the real annoying stuff happens. But I think we are stitching again. All right, so here I'm going to start going around that curve. Here, let me see if I'll go this way again so you guys can see a little bit better, I think. See the feather developing a little bit. All right, so here's where it's starting to curve in this direction. I can kind of see my line. I'm just going to go up the line a little bit. That was a little goofy. You can always echo the design. Oh, you can always echo design to get into the seam and move around too. So one of the things, you know, we have 2 more rows to do when this, once we're done with this row. And one of the ways I would like to quilt one is to like quilt a main feature, kind of like this feather, and then go back and really fill in all the bits. Okay, yeah, so I forgot. So you guys, I went to Atlanta. That's where I was last week. My husband and I went there, and we went to the Atlanta International Gift and House Furnishings trade show. Had to remember all those words. And it was at America's Mart in Atlanta. So it's basically a trade show, which means, you know, only if you own a store, basically, you can get in. And it's where it's where the gift shops and, you know, stores like, you know, I don't know, the Targets and the big stores, and where all the small boutique stores kind of go to find like the next cool stuff to have in their shop, or, you know, just to restock on things in their shop. And we went to kind of see if we wanted to exhibit at it next year. And also, ooh, wow, I have a really inside curve here that's acting funny, but we're going to figure it out. But also to maybe put some fun stuff in our shop too that you guys might like some like relaxing type items to kind of go with the whole relax and craft deal. But yeah, so we got to see just a crazy, crazy amount of stuff from vendors. Just neat things to put in stores. So this gift mart, this trade show, it's at America's Mart, which is in downtown Atlanta, and it's in America's Mart is basically 3 skyscrapers, and every single floor in all 3 of those skyscrapers is either a trade show booth or a showroom of a company that has something that would be great in a store. You know what I mean? So it was so massive, and we were only there for a day and a half, but we managed to like look at so much stuff. And I think we might be there. We're probably going to go next year for penguin and fish. So hopefully next year a bunch of shops can hopefully start to discover penguin and fish a little bit more. We're trying to get out there a little bit more with penguin and fish, trying to get in more stores so more people can try embroidery and crafting and see what all of us know, which is, you know, how relaxing and wonderful and lovely it is to be crafters. So that's the message we want to get out there. And yeah, so we might do that next year. We're just kind of checking it out this year. But we do also have an online shop, right? So we have Penguin and Fish. And there was also a bunch of really kind of fun stuff that we thought might be neat to carry in the store too. So we'll let you know for sure if we end up doing getting any of those things. Ooh, that last one felt awfully funny, but we're going to keep going. So anyway, that is what we are doing in Atlanta. We did not, unfortunately, just because we were there for like oh, it's your hometown, Gretchen. Oh, yay. So we were only there for 1 full day and then 2 half days, which we traveled on. So we did not do anything in the city, which was a super huge bummer. So I would love, love, love. Oh, Gretchen, is the code not working for the hedgehog? Oh, I will fix it. So I would love to go back and check out the city for real, because it just was so neat what we saw of it. We were right by, our hotel was by the 1996 Olympics stadium and stuff, and that was pretty interesting. But yeah, we didn't actually get to do too much. But yeah, so if you guys are on my Penguin and Fish Crafters page, I put a special little flash sale link just for you guys. And so it must not be working. Gretchen, I had a little trouble with it yesterday with a different thing. If it doesn't work the first time, could you just try it again? And if it still doesn't work, I'll let you know, or I'll check it out when I'm done here. But I know at least for one person with my last coupon, it didn't work the first time, but it totally worked the second time. So we're trying to figure that out. But give it a try again, and I will check it out when we're done here. But yeah, because I'm only going to have the sale, the sales, it's just like a quickie fun sale. It's just going to be till like an hour or so after we're done here. So only till like 10:30, 11-ish Central Time. So yeah, I don't want you guys to have to stay up late forever or miss it. So hopefully with the second try it'll work. But yeah, if it's not working, you guys let me know. I'll check it out when we're done here. I'll check it out right away. All right, this is kind of working. I'll show you guys when I'm done here, but I'm almost done. I'm almost up to the top of this. So this is that continuous feather that's just kind of squiggling around. Squiggling around all my chevrons versus the separate ones. It's fun too. I just like the idea of them being all separate. Kind of like little feathers. Oh, he makes you smile. That's awesome, Gretchen. Little hedgy. But yeah, if you guys are not sure what I'm talking about, go check out the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. And if you're not already a member there, click join and I will let you in. All right, here's the last plume. Oh, what was I doing? I totally did that weird. I bounced back on the front. Man, I was totally not paying attention then. What did I do there? Oh, because I went underneath. So see, I got talking and I forgot to say to myself, top of the heart, top of the heart. I went at the bottom of the heart here. I'm like, why did I bounce back on that? So I got one super goofy bloop in there. But here, I'm going to just show you guys what this looks like. So I swooped. It's a little hard to tell, but I swooped around this way. Maybe if we flip it, we might be able to tell a little bit more. I don't know how much we'll be able to see, though, right now with it still on the machine. Oh, we can a little bit, so here we go. So, all right, let me get situated here. So this is the one. So we were kind of starting and stopping a feather. So here's the end of a feather, and then I started a new one, and each chevron bit has been its own. But this one, we started and we swooped down underneath, which is kind of cool, and then swooped and did the same thing. So here it goes around another curve. So this is like a three swooper feather, which actually I kind of like that now too. Oh man, can't decide. All right, so, but regardless, we have to draw on some more bits here. Will you let us know what time you plan to sew on Saturday? I'm not positive, Robin, but by Friday I will know. My guess is it'll probably be around 10, 11-ish Central Time here. So Pacific, that would be 9 or 10-ish. Maybe I'll just shoot for 10:30. I mean, yeah, you know what? Let's just call it around 10:30. Oh man, you guys, I'm the worst. I just can't commit to a time for a Saturday morning. It's freaking me out. But probably in the 10 to 11-ish zone. I think, should we do another big swoopy one? How many more do we have? Yeah, we'll do one more. We'll do a swoopy one. We'll do like a 3-pronged one like what we just did, but we'll do that underneath style. So I'm going to just draw my line again. Gosh, it's going to be way easier to use the water soluble. What I really want to use is a pen or a pencil, but I'm afraid about not coming off very well. But yeah, I do want to get a little sewing in of that block. I know commit. Oh, it's only Tuesday, so I'll have it figured out by tomorrow. How about that? I will check over everything and know what's happening on Saturday, and I'll give you a for sure answer tomorrow. Sorry about that, Robin. But tomorrow I will have something for you. All right. I'm going to go right here, I think. I know it's not starting out as a very good view, but we'll get it. All right, getting to the starting spot again. So now this one is where we're going to go underneath, do the underneath heart the whole time. Instead of the over the heart and then the bump back, over the heart and bump back. Okay, let's do it. All right, I gotta just remind myself underneath the heart. I think this will go a little faster, this underneath the heart thing. All right, we're getting into a tight little area here. So I think I'm going to just travel up the edge a little bit. Getting my hair stuck in it. Oh, I don't know. For some reason, I can't schedule anything lately. So yeah, I'll figure it out and let you know for sure. Ooh, wow, tight little corner there. So we're gonna bump it out a lot again here. See, this would be a cute area to come back and fill it in with stuff. All right. And now we're going the other way. Try and get a big plume there. You see how this one's different? We're coming from underneath the whole time. And making that bottom of the heart shape and then coming up to the top of the heart shape. I think this one's maybe a little bit easier. Oh, we're already, this is our third bit already, so this is the top of the We're almost to the top of the plume. I feel like I'm a little stuck on something here. I think we'll do the top right now. So I'm kind of coming in skinny on the top there. And all right, so now I'm gonna run the seam all the way back. You could add a little curlicue in the plumes. Oh, yeah, well, that's a cute idea. All right, let's do that. I'm gonna do that on the way down here, or maybe when I do the plume on the other side. So the neat thing is that oh, we haven't tried one where we do the plume on both sides. So maybe we'll try that next. So all right, let's go down. I'm tracing my line now for the center. So we got 3 of these to go. Three chevron bits. Alright, almost there. Okay, so we're going to start the other side now, and maybe I'll add a little curlicue on that other side. I think that'll be fun. Ooh, I have a little bit of thread popping out here. Hopefully the back is looking okay still. I think we're fine. Oh well, got a little weird bloop. Let's keep going. The green thread is kind of fun on this, isn't it? There's a lot of kind of this teal color in these fabrics, so I figured it would be okay. So here's where I could come up from this other side and add a little curlicue. Like that, and then come back down same way. There, see? Filled in that space a little. Like it. Okay, now... Can't see my line very well. Oops! Man, I almost did the top of the heart. This time I'm doing bottom of the hearts. Bottom of the hearts. I gotta keep telling myself that. It's not muscle memoried yet, I suppose. All right, here we got a tight curve again. Let's see how that goes. I suppose we could add another curlicue. I think we're gonna add a curlicue right here. Oops, I got a little goofy looking, but I don't care. All right, turned out a little silly, but it was worth a try. And I think we'll get one more here. Again, I'm not matching the two sides like I could be, but that's okay. All right, we got another plumage here, and a couple little weird curlies. Oh, this curly was much better. Oh well, but fun still. I like it. All right, let's see. I want to try one where we go on both sides at once. So I'm going to just freehand this one. We'll do, let's see. Let's do a twofer. Or should we do another 3? 1, 2, 3. That's kind of getting done faster. And then maybe the last 2 we do how we started out with just the one at a time. So I'm gonna get up on this side again. So this time I'm gonna draw the top, or I'm gonna draw my line going up, and then I'm gonna come back down, and we're gonna try something a little different. So I'm just going to freehand this now, so that'll be interesting. We're just going to go around this 3 times again. Ooh, wow. Stopping in the middle of an arc is probably not a good idea. But that's what we're doing. And I'm going to add the top bloop right away. Ooh, figure 8 as plumes. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so I'm just going to make the top of the plume. I don't know why. I probably didn't have to. But then I'm going to come back down. We're going to make this like a double wide. Oh geez, I made another funny bump in there, but I guess that's what it's gonna look like. All right, so this is a technique I saw. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to do my bloops, my little plume bloops on both sides at the same time. So this is just another way to do this. And I think this would work especially well like right now where we want to end up at the top, but do both sides at once. So I'm going to do that underneath heart again. So I haven't tried this yet, but we'll give it a go. Okay, underneath heart on one side, and then underneath heart on the other side right away. So underneath heart, this is probably a good way to keep the same amount of plumes too. Underneath heart. One side will probably look better than the other. Plume. But here we go. So we're doing both sides at once here. Ooh, that could have been better, I think. All right, we're trying to make that turn a little. And this is where I got pretty wonky with my lines going up and down, so we just got a whole pile of wonkiness here. But I think the overall effect, you're not gonna, pay attention to that at all. I still have to remember underneath heart this whole time. Oh, thanks, Noeline. You find it easier to go up one side and all the way down and then come up the other, makes tighter feathers. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't done it this way before. I'm definitely having to use some brain power. I am doing a better job at having the same number of plumes on either side, but I don't know if that's all that important. I suppose it's important if you want it to be important. Where it's tight on one side because we're going around this inner curve and not so tight on the other. So let's do a big bloop to fill in that space. And now we'll do a bloop kind of coming across. That looks maybe a little goofy, but I like it. All right, that one looked a little far apart, so I'm going to add a little squiggle in here. There, that'll fill in the space a little. We'll start on this side this time. This will be the last pair, I think. Okay, so we got that guy going. Look, got a little squiggle in there. He was kind of wide apart there, so why not add a squiggle? All right, we actually only have 2 more little bits to go. Man, it would be really nice to finish it. So I'm gonna try one more way of doing these feathers. And that's doing it from the top down instead of the bottom up. So I'm gonna just, instead of drawing it out, I'm gonna just wing it again. I'm gonna do these last 2 as one. I only have 2 little bits left here. I just wanna get it done tonight. We got 5 minutes left or so. So I'm going to, ooh, we got some thread in the way here. I'm going to come up the side here. Ooh, pretty wiggly. And I'm going to put a plume here at the top just because I still want a plume. Even though I know we're close to the edge and it'll probably get cut off. All right, so this is a version. Some people aren't comfortable from coming from the bottom up, so I'm going to do a heart from the top down. You do a little squiggle with a triangle at the end. A squiggle with a triangle. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Noeline, but we'll end up back up there. So I'm going to do the top, instead of coming from the bottom of the heart and going around, I'm going to start at the top of the heart and do it this way. So if you're more comfortable drawing hearts this way, then this might be a better option. I can already tell I'm doing it really oddly. The trick is you still want your line to kind of end up kind of coming in at the same angle that your line is. And I'm not sure I'm doing a real good job at that going in this direction. But we're experimenting. Experimenting. Like they're all kind of coming more sideways out now, so I would need practice doing it in this way for sure. We're gonna get one more in here. Oops. All right, so that's from the top down. I'll show you in a sec. I'm gonna come from the bottom up now, so we'll end up at the top. So this is the normal way we've been doing it again, from bottom to top, and I think I'm definitely more comfortable doing the bottom to the top. Probably just because we've been doing it this whole time. For the fill-in bloops. Ooh, I have a little pucker there. And I think we'll get one more big one up in there. Okay, so that is that one. So we did the hearts from the top and the bottom, top to the bottom on the way down, and then from the bottom to the top going up. So we can see it's just like a little goofy. It's just different. But so what I'd kind of like to play with for the next one is, I was talking about this a little bit, but like filling in the spaces in between decorative things like this. So like we could, for example, I could just do a loopy meander to fill in this space. And we'll actually just stop there, but if I fill in all of these spaces around this, it might make the actual feather pop a little bit more. So I'd like to experiment with that a little bit on our next row. So I think that will be the plan. But for right now, I think we're done. Let's give it a couple stitches and take it out. And we got another row done, peeps, a whole row of feathers. So I am like over the moon happy that we did feathers. That was kind of like, in the back of my head, the feathers are like quilting, you know, hardcoreness, if you can do feathers. So it was really fun for me to do this whole row. You were told not to go over your line twice. Then if any spots you're not happy with will look great. You're told go over your line twice. Then if any spots you're not happy with will look great. Oh, like if you go over it again. All right, so here's that last split where I did the tops, where I went from the heart from up to down, and then these ones I did down to up. But look how pretty on the purple. I'm really stoked about these feathers. So this one was a 2 connector. Then we have this 3-part squiggle. Man, let's get even higher for you guys. I'm going to try and... We'll take a look at it on the back too, because it is fun to see these feathers on the back. But yeah, so now we're doing like some extended longer feathers here compared to at the beginning where we were just doing feathers one at a time. Oh, here we got a couple little loops in there. I would like to flip it around. See what we got going on the back here. Oh, we're going through some of our background fabric patterns. There, so I think you guys can see a little bit here. Man, I don't know, these feathers are totally my favorite quilt design so far. I just think they're so fancy. I love them. So I can't wait to lay this out and check it out a little bit more. So here's earlier where we did our fancy. These are our bump back feathers. So you can see all the plumes are kind of more squished together here. Oh, we had some bobbin issues here. Yeah, well, that's fine. I think we'll live. And then this is from the other days when we were just doing the one plume at a time, which I think is a really pretty way to do feathers too. Instead of having like just a continuous feather, just doing like the little bloops. I think that's really kind of sweet. I think that's actually my favorite, just the little bloops. You know, I like this bump back guy right here. He's pretty classy. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around and we will call it an evening here. Hello. let's get situated here. So we just have 2 more rows on this guy. So here we are. 2 more left. 1, 2. Here's our feathers. So I'm super duper stoked. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do with these last 2 rows. I'm really tempted to do more feathers just because that was really fun. But I will look through our book a little bit more, the Machine Quilting with Style book, and I have a couple other quilting books around here, and we'll come up with something. I do definitely want to do something where we do some sort of design and then we fill in around it so that design pops a little bit more. We haven't really done that at all yet. All our chevrons, we kind of have the outlines of the chevrons and then something on the inside. I'd love to fill in those extra spaces. I know my hair is getting long and it's not so mullety anymore. Before it was just like all really, really short yet and then really long and back. So I'm a little ways away from the mullet. But I haven't gotten it cut since I got it that super short over Halloween. So I'm kind of just waiting to see. I don't know. If I get sick of it, I'll cut it off again. But all right, guys, I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies if you wanted to see some more feather action. And it'll stay here on Facebook as well. So check out that, and also check out the Penguin and Fish Crafters. I have a little deal in there, and it's only going to go for another hour or so. I will check on the coupon code again. I did test it and I thought it worked. So if it doesn't work the first time, just try it again. Like if you type in the coupon and it just doesn't go anywhere else, back out and try it again. We're working on it here. But yeah, so, and if it's not working, if you could just let me know, that'd be great. So awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow. We have 1 more day of working on some quilting, and then Thursday will be our next Splendid Sampler 2 block. So, all right, I will see you tomorrow, guys. Good night.